Hi, my name is Emily, and today I'll be discussing disaster management in the Philippines. The geography of the Philippines is responsible for many of its natural hazards. The Philippines is an Eastern Asian country which includes over 7,000 islands and is claimed to be located in the Ring of Fire, which routinely experiences earthquakes, cyclones, tsunamis, flooding, and landslides. The Philippines is a particularly vulnerable country. Around a quarter of the population in the Philippines lives on less than $1 a day. Impoverished communities typically lack adequate shelter and infrastructure, and many rely on agriculture and fishing industries to survive, which are all factors that make these communities extremely vulnerable to disaster. Developing countries are much more vulnerable than developed countries in the face of natural disaster, for many of the reasons I just listed. The NDCC was created by the Philippine government in 1978, which stands for the National Disaster Coordinating Council, in response to frequent and severe natural disasters. The council divided responsibilities among government agencies at all levels, the military, and the Philippine Red Cross. The LGC, or the Local Government Code, assigned greater decision-making power to local agencies, which assumed a bottom-up implementation pattern. The DRRM was passed in 2010, or the National Disaster Risk Reduction Act, which allocated a larger budget for disaster management but still failed to adequately address mitigation and preparedness dilemmas, and faced many coordination problems between levels of government and other agencies. In 2004, tropical storms devastated the province of Quezon. They were struck by 4 cyclones with a death toll of over 1,400. The destruction was exacerbated by external factors including the logging industry and poverty. Illegal and legal logging led to deforestation, which worsened the effects of landslides after the flooding that occurred. Typhoon Haiyan occurred in 2010, which was the deadliest natural disaster in the Philippines, with a death toll of over 6,000. The problems with the DRRM and the overall disaster management system became evident. When local agencies were unable to provide for communities, they relied heavily on the military and international aid for survival. Additionally, lack of coordination between the levels of government led to inadequate aid sent by international communities who often sent unnecessary supplies or sent too much of the wrong stuff. Looking forward to improved disaster management in the Philippines, the government must make strides towards improving public education and awareness of natural disasters, strengthening communities and their economies to be more resilient in the event of a natural disaster, and making an effort to improve mitigation and preparedness by addressing the causes of climate change and poverty.